Hi, this is revisiting the 1977 abduction encounter area with two cams on 6/122 in Berry County, Michigan. I'm using two cameras in this video. I'll show you most of the one that's shot by the Hero 10 that's facing forward. I have a Hero 5 that's facing backwards also. This video was shot in the Middleville State Game area in Berry County, Michigan. And this is part of the 2-track that leads into the area. New junk in the woods that I find. The spot that I cleaned up last year. Look at this bullshit. I cleaned this place up in the fall. I don't know if that'll fit in my truck or not. What the hell is it? God, that's heavy. Not gonna be able to see anything through here. Sun's in my eyes. A lot of dragonflies. Just got a curve in it. That's better. Now I can see something hiding over there. I edited out a jet going over. Back when I was a kid, this was a 2-track you could still drive on through here. Sticky stuff.
scout tree up on top of this hill up here. Giant freaking tree with vines all over it. Been a long ass time since they answered back. Way too long. I see one. What's he doing? You hiding? How you doing? You gonna keep hiding, huh? Uh-huh. Why is it always so far away? Oh, well.
Okay, enhanced stills, you'll see a lot of circled subjects with just silhouettes and a little bit of their face showing. And these are the cloaking Sasquatch that are very close to me that I just wish they were, and there they are and I don't see them. I go right by them. This is exactly why I'm not using too much of the backwards camera. I'm not too happy with this. It's not stabilized very well, even though I tried to stabilize it myself.
What you doing? You hiding? How you doing? You're gonna keep hiding, huh? Uh-huh. I know it's so far away. Up there somewhere is that big tree. Oh, you can see it with all the freaking vines. Why does this trail look so used? You come back here, I'm the only one that comes back here. And it really doesn't look like that.
However, the backwards camera did produce some stills that are good enough to use.
Way up on that hill up there somewhere is that big tree. I don't think you can see it with all the freaking vines and surprised this trail looks so used. As you come back here, I'm the only one that comes back here, and it generally doesn't look like this. Oops. Yeah, I've been playing in these woods since I was 10 years old. If you can imagine a 10-year-old running around back here. And we weren't the only ones. Things were different back then. Hope my tree's okay. There she is. Still there.
Alrighty, the encounter started off with a friend, Mike K, and I taking off from our house looking for something to do, and we rode a couple miles on our bikes to the woods. When we got to the woods, we dropped off our bikes, we ventured around, and we eventually looked into a bunch of bushes that looked like they had a little hole in them, like something was going in there. So we went in and took a look around. Well, we crawled on our hands and knees and we went inside, and it opened up into like a dome inside underneath this bush. And it was connected to another one just like it, and another one beyond that. So we went and looked around, and what we found were Christmas ornaments, Christmas tinsel, shiny things, tin cans, pop bottle tops, pictures that were inside picture frames that were stuck on the wall, some rocks and sticks and piles and glass bottles, and a blanket and some magazines. And we really thought it was just a dwelling of some bum, and we went on our way from there thinking it was just that. We went deeper into the woods and eventually found by a pond a couple other boys our age setting up a camp and trying to build a tree fort. And we helped them put up the last steps on this giant tree. We had to do it as a team and climb up on top of each other just to reach the last step way up there.
This is about where we set up camp back here when I was a kid, and before they put the dam in over Algonquin, there's a lot more water flowing back here, and there was a creek coming off the back of this. Alright, this is all that's left now.
Well, we hung out with our new friends for a little while. The older boy, Russ, and the boy that was our age was also named Mike. So there was two Mikes with us. One was Mike K, and the other one was Mike C. We'll call him that. And we played and fished for a while until we decided we wanted to camp out with these guys. But we had to go all the way back home at about dusk almost and get our stuff, and it took quite a while. Well, we got back and it was getting really close to dark. We had our gear, we had our flashlights, we had our tent, and we couldn't find our friends. We took a couple wrong trails, and we finally decided to set up the tent in the clearing that we could find nearest us. Well, after a length of time, we were in our tent trying to fall asleep. We hear a bunch of screams, blood-curdling screams, from the boys not too far away. And then we heard Russ, the older boy, calling for Mike, screaming his name over and over again. Well, we thought they were just playing a big joke on us until we heard some other sounds around our tent, growls and other screams and whoops that we've never heard before that scared the ever-living crap out of us. We decided that we were going to get out of there and leave our stuff and come back and get it the next morning, and that's exactly what we did. With our flashlights, we took off in the dark with our bikes all the way back home. And it was about 11:30, and my parents were still awake. They thought it was pretty funny that we chickened out, and they let us in the house. And we went to bed that night thinking the whole thing was a joke that the other boys had played on us. But when we didn't know that something was really happening. The other Mike was taken by a Sasquatch, and Ross was freaking out. He eventually went for help, and we were at home by that time. But we had to return the next morning to go get our stuff. While we rode the 2.5 miles there, we found the road to be blocked off by state troopers and the local police. Also, government agents, a search party, people on horseback, people with dogs, people with bullhorns calling for Mike, and Channel 13 WZZM News was interviewing Russ. And Russ was telling them that Mike was taken by some hairy bum. We didn't know what was going on, but we were filled in rather quickly, and we were told that we were not allowed to go get our gear, and that some agent named John Redcorn, who we weren't going to see the last of, was going to bring our gear to our house later, which he did. Mike was found later that day, unharmed, without his clothes, traumatized, and could not talk for the rest of the day. The mud puddle instead of a pond. It used to go all the way up to the bottom of that tree right there. I was actually fishing it back then. Right in this general area, I did find the little fire pit at one time. I don't know where it is, but we want to mark it. It's really hard to find anyway. The stones are underneath all these leaves. And this is where one kid Mike Karn got taken. Right in this very spot. Wow. Here's part of the fire pit. And more rocks under here. Oh yeah, the watching spot. It's up over here. See all these twigs and this dead pine up here. There was one watching me right in the center of that last time. So it's all cleared out in the middle. I seriously don't see anything in there right now, but I don't know what the camera will show. And I'm not hearing any activity. Generally, if they're here, they usually give some sort of sign. But the way this trail looks here, it's getting used by people. They're probably getting a lot more shy out here. Well, there's much more to the woods than this too. It goes for a long ways back that way. It's hilly and there's a lot of little ponds. This tree's definitely bigger than it freaking looks. Come by and see that tree every year. Nobody home? Oh, guys, you're hiding, huh? And some enhanced stills. The subjects are near the red dots. In the red here, you can almost clearly see the subject with the hand around the tree, the face, and it looks like it's a female and might have a couple young around her. This one here looks like it's hiding behind a tree stump possibly. They'll like to do that. There's another small one in between these two trees here, and it possibly looks like it's holding a skull. In green. In blue, there's possible subjects. Oh yeah, you guys like that tree stump, huh? Whole bunch of tree stumps. Oh, generally don't go towards them. I know they have young with them. You can see out in the distance a little further out, there's possibly some hiding in those dark spots in the bushes there also, where they were on the way in. Skipping ahead a little bit here. Alright, here we have some enhanced stills of what I was looking at. The circles are probably, all you're going to see is a little bit of a face. The dots are possible subjects peeking out of the brush. Some show a little bit more of a silhouette, but others I'm just marking where I think they're hiding at. I've seen a little bit better with my eyes when this camera's picking up on one in particular. The one that I that one right there that I was paying attention to, and I think that was the only one I really saw that well with my eyes, right here in this area here. Skipping ahead a little bit here. Sometimes they play with bowling balls, who knows? See, stay up in that thick brush up over there, as opposed to these open spaces out here. I see a few of their sticky Heidi thingies everywhere. Also in these woods, in a spot only known to me and a couple Native Americans, we spread Mike's ashes. That was long after the barn encounters and all the other things that happened, and that's in Morris Lake Monsters. I'll put a link in the description below for that, and you can see all the other encounters and all the other things that happened there. Skipping ahead a little bit here. That clearing out there, I camped out there a number of years ago. Had a hell of an encounter. My encounter was when I was camping out in that clearing in a tent late at night, probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was awakened from the loudest teeth chattering I've ever heard outside my tent. Nothing I could possibly replicate with my own teeth. And I just sat there and listened because I know if I would have unzipped the tent, it would have ran away. As soon as I moved and got up to listen a little bit more, it was gone. But it was incredibly loud, and it was enough to wake me up. It was creepy. Well, might be something I missed picking up on the camera, but I didn't see anything all that great. But you might be hearing something walking really heavy. I don't see anything. Almost back to my truck. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Helps the channel. Thanks.